What's up, y'all? I decided I would come back and do another real shit that's happened to me. Since we got one out that's about crack, I figured we'd do one about meth. Because why the fuck not? Also, we'll start off with this story, which happened in Tucson, Arizona. So I got off of the train in Tucson, and I was walking down to 4th Avenue, which is like kind of where everybody hangs out. Anyways, by the way, just a free plug for this Art Car IPA by St. Arnold, the realest shit out of Houston. But so we'll start off with this one. And so I was on 4th Avenue in Tucson, Arizona, and I decided, you know, this guy was like, hey, do you want to try peyote? And I was like, yeah, dude, fuck yeah, because, yeah, I'm so cool, you know, I'm like, all this shit, yeah, fuck yeah, dude, let's do some peyote in Tucson. And boy, was that not the right fucking choice. So I do the peyote, we do the whole fucking thing, the little weird ceremony on the street, and now, like, this is like now we're flash forwarding a couple hours later, and I am fucked up. I am just like, and like, I'm walking down 4th Avenue, and this guy is riding rollerblades down 4th Avenue in a shiny dress, like a bedazzled dress. I'm like, hey, you, what are you doing? And he's like, hey, I'm about to go to the fucking dispensary. Do you need anything? And I was like, yeah, man, what are you getting? And he was like, well, I'm going to get some edibles and shit like that, and a THC lollipop. Oh, by the way, look at the fucking moon right now. Holy shit. I don't know if you can see that, but holy fuck. That shit is nice. But he's like, yeah, I'll get you some THC lollipops. So I follow him to the dispensary. It takes him like an hour in there. And then he comes out with no THC lollipops. And he just like rollerblades down the street like, bye, bitch. And I'm like, motherfucker. So I'm like high as shit chasing this dude in a shiny dress that's riding rollerblades down 4th Avenue in Tucson. And I misjudge a step that I take and just absolutely eat shit. Busted my knee completely the fuck open. And I'm just like laying on the ground like, oh, like bleeding out of my knee. And this chick comes up and she's like, oh yeah, eat my pussy. And I'm like, and I was just like, dude, this is what hell must be like. Like, this has to be hell. So somebody comes by and, like, you know, picks me up. It's like, are you good? And I'm like, I am fucking on peyote right now. And they're like, oh, dude, sit down. They're like, we got all these gift cards for different, like, random places. Here's it all, and here's some pizza. Like, why don't you go fucking to the park? And, like, so I wobbled down to the park. And I tried to lay down, but I couldn't sleep, you know, because I'm fucking high as shit on peyote. And so, like, I start walking down 6th because I'm trying to get to a place that I remember. But I took the wrong road, so I'm walking down 6th Avenue, and I just hear, like, sirens coming, like, fucking sirens, like, woo, 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 and I'm like, dude, what in the fuck is that? I was like, they better not be here for me, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, wait, but realistically, what have I done? I'm just high, you know? And a fucking beautiful Audi, just absolutely gorgeous car, comes around the fucking corner, zooming down the fucking street with fucking cops all behind them. And like, there's like 4 or 5 police officers chasing this car. And there's one guy like hanging out of the car, just throwing thousands and thousands and thousands of magic cards out the fucking window. And I guess they had just like robbed a comic book shop at gunpoint for some reason. Because Tucson, Arizona is a weird motherfucking place. You really never know what the fuck you're gonna get. when you go to Tucson. But that was that story. And then that story leads into the next story where I'm in I get picked up in Tucson by this chick that I end up, being with for a little while. And we had some giant party at the Motel 6, and some chick died in the fucking middle of the party, and we had to, revive her with Narcan and shit like that, and fucking, that was scary as fuck. This chick was, everybody was, tripping on acid, and they were like, wait, somebody died. And we're like, wait, what? Are you fucking kidding me? And they're like, yeah, look in the middle of the floor, this bitch is dead. And I'm like, yo, what? No, hell no, dude. Luckily, we got her back to life. That shit is scary as fuck. So anyways, we go to Slab City and we pick up this kid. And he is not the best kind of human being. He's actually the worst kind of human being. So we're driving around San Diego with this kid that we picked up in Slab City. And homegirl is sitting in the driver's seat, and I'm sitting in the passenger seat, and he's sitting behind homegirl, driver's seat. And he just starts beating the back of the seat, and then he gets out and walks right up to the driver's door window and just starts throwing fucking fists, boom, 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 through the fucking window on this girl was she was just barely 21, you know what I'm saying? Little girl, basically, a child, basically, still at that point. And just boom, 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 and everybody else in the back of the fucking van is oh my god, this is so terrible, it's a fucking biological attack. And I'm like, yo, nobody's gonna fucking do anything. So I get out and I pull him by the hair and I throw him on the floor, and I'm like, boom, 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 slamming the shit out of this motherfucker. And San Diego police show up and they're like, what the fuck's going on? So I explain the situation to them, and flash forward a month or so later, we're in Folsom, California, and at this point me and this girl had fallen hard into meth. We were really smoking the shit out of some meth, all day, every day, hot rails, all that shit. And this guy is sleeping in his BMW next to our van, and his girlfriend is hey, she comes up to the van and she knocks on the van window, and her whole face is welted out, and she's like, yeah, my boyfriend, he's been he hit me with a baseball bat. And I was like, dude, what? And she was like, can I just come with you guys? I just want to go. I just want to leave Folsom. I don't want to be here anymore. And I'm like, girl, absolutely, get the fuck in the car. Let's get you the fuck out of here. For real. That's bullshit. And so we get in the van, we take off, and he wakes up, and he's chasing us in his BMW, and we're in a fucking Honda Odyssey. We're really not gonna be going any faster. And we start running, and she's in the back seat of the van, oh yeah, by the way, he's the son of the sheriff. And I'm like, what? No sooner does she say this shit than there's fucking 8 fucking cops that pull around a corner that we're driving through to fucking stop the van. Now, at this point, we stop the van because we're surrounded. There's nowhere to go, you know what I'm saying? And they obviously search the van. They find the ounce of dope and all the fucking pipes and the fucking needles and shit. And they're like, you guys, at this point, because I'd never been to California before, so I didn't know that shit was heavily decriminalized and it was legal to have that shit. So they were like, you guys are going away forever, this shit. And they're like, I'm we're looking at our dogs, and we're saying goodbye, and yo, we're going to jail for a really long time, And then they were like, no, we're just gonna take the girl, and you guys can keep your drugs and your van and your dogs. Welcome to California. And I was like, yo, what the fuck was that, dude? What the fuck, dude? So they took the girl, they threw the fucking ounce of dope back into the fucking van, and they just belted off with her. And it's just like, yo, what the fuck? Real shit that happened to me.